Hey fellas, today we're talking 1 rep maxes. They are bad for hypertrophy, but many people still do them. In this video, I'll make you understand why they are so bad and hopefully I'll convince you to stop doing them, or at least do them less often. Now, the first question that we want to ask ourselves when doing a new exercise is why are we doing it? Why do you want to test your 1 rep max when you're not a strength athlete? You're just someone who wants to get jacked, so why are you doing it? Do you want to go and tell your friends that you're cool because you can bench a lot? Or do you want to post on Instagram that you can bench a lot? Do you want to brag about it? If you want to brag about strength, you can actually become a strength athlete and get a whole lot stronger than what you are. But you don't really care about strength, that's the thing. The most common reason why people say that they are doing it is because they are just fun. And I don't blame you. 1 rep maxes are pretty fun, yeah. But you are leaving gains on the table every time you do them. But why are you leaving those gains on the table? You might think that 1 rep maxes are just as effective as normal rep work, but they're far from it. First of all, let's talk about the injury risk. When you're doing a 1 rep max, that means 1 rep that is 100% of your effort, so not something light, right? You're lifting as much as you can for only 1 rep. When you're doing that, the injury risk is really high because you're using a weight that you can barely handle for 1 rep. And what happens if you don't get it up? What happens if you fail that rep? There is a huge difference between failing a 8 rep max on a bench press and failing a 1 rep max on the bench press, because the difference in the weight is pretty significant. And you might say, okay, I'll take that risk because the reward is very high, since the quote-unquote effective reps are just 1 rep, so you're not gonna do any junk volume. Your intensity will be very high. That's a good point, but mathematically, not really, because you're only doing 1 rep of 100%. But if you actually took a weight that you could do 80% with, and you did 6 reps, that would be 48% for the math nerds. So what do you think is better, 100% or 480%? I said 48. What, 480%, right? So you'll get a much bigger stimulus from doing more reps. Does that mean that you always have to do more reps? No. But you should still never do a 1 rep max if you want size gains. Reps of 4 have their place. Just because it's a lower percentage doesn't mean that you need to do only reps of 12. That is a bad idea, since lower reps help you progress quicker. So you would be shooting yourself in the foot if you only do 12 reps on every exercise, just because the percentage is higher. It's higher, but you're not gonna progress as quickly. To get the best of both worlds, you would want to do a lower rep range for this strength work, but still not a 1 rep max. That's too fatiguing and too risky. Which brings me on to my next point, fatigue. 1 rep maxes will fatigue you a lot, on the mind as well as on the body. If you've ever done a true 1 rep max on the deadlift, you know that for the rest of the session you are very fatigued. And you might have even half-assed the rest of your workout, which that is a clear indication that 1 rep maxes are very bad for you, if it hinders your other work, which it will. The thing is though, most people don't even do 1 rep maxes right. They just go in randomly and decide to max out for the day. If you wanna actually see your strength potential, you gotta do a block where you're gonna do linear periodization for a couple of weeks, and then you're gonna test out your 1 rep max and see how it is. Powerlifter type of stuff, right? If you're gonna do this, you're gonna fuck up your progression. But that is how you actually train for a 1 rep max, but you shouldn't mix the hypertrophy training and strength training together. They're completely different things. Although they might seem like they are similar, they're very different. If you try to do both, you'll be decent at both, but you're not gonna be great at any of them. And for me personally, all I care about is hypertrophy. So there's no reason for me to do a 1 rep max, because every time you do a 1 rep max, like I said, you're gonna leave gains on the table, no matter what. However, if you care about strength and you care about hypertrophy, and you don't really care about getting the max out of any of them, you can do this. Like I said before, if you enjoy doing 1 rep maxes, keep doing them. Lifting is about having fun. If you're not having fun, then why are you lifting? If you genuinely enjoy maxing out once in a while, then do that. But I just wanted to make this video to let you know that you're sacrificing some hypertrophy gains for that enjoyment. It's your choice if you think it's worth it.